Hi, beautiful Virgo. Welcome to a new era. My name is Emma. Virgo, this is your yearly forecast for 2024. We're going to get into the entire year every single month, and I actually have put all the cards on the table already for each month, and then we're going to just get clarifiers with me, because I just figured there's going to be so many cards. I'd be a little bit stressed to just sit here and get all the cards on the table with you sort of waiting. So I figure we'd just save a little bit of time so that the video doesn't get too long. So with that said, we're going to start. I mean, depending on when you listen to this, if you're listening right now, it's not too much left of January, but you might find this in March. So then January and February is still here. So I just figured I wanted to have all the months here because it just felt more like a completion. We're not missing one in terms of energy or something like that. So, and first I want to say also thank you so much for your likes, your thumbs up, and your subscribes and your donations. It really helps the channel a lot. So thank you so much, guys, and welcome to any newcomers. January, we have the, if we want to focus, Happy Happy card. The Happy Happy card is about being happy for no reason. It's when we're not frustrated or irritated or sad or anything like that because the thing, the person, the whatever hasn't come yet or isn't to your liking or whatever. It's when you decide that you're just gonna feel satisfied or happy no matter what. And so it seems like you're starting off the year, the January of 2024 seems to be a month where you sort of have decided that you're going to just sort of start this out with being on the right course, feeling the right way, feeling good about whatever's going on, no matter the circumstance. And I think that that is a really good way of living. Happy, happy. Can we clarify this for Virgo, please? My Virgo nation. I'm so thankful and grateful for you guys. There's a connection with you guys there that I just don't have with any other sign. It's just how it is. It's no judgment. It's just how it is. Virgo, happy, happy. Why is that here for Virgo, please? For the month of January. Wow, so you're trying to get out of mental conflict. So that's why, okay. So the mental conflict card is about like where you're a little bit confused about like, okay, so maybe it's something about I thought we were going in one direction and then it ends up that we were going in a different direction, and now I'm a little bit confused about what is what here. Maybe there are circumstances that have sort of messed you up a little bit, or like it gets you thinking. It has made you branch out though. Like we're seeing an opening. Like there's a Virgo's constantly just sort of and I know I put you in a box myself. I'll say you need a Virgo if you want structure and organizing and all of that. And that's like you're brilliant at that. But sometimes Virgo can be a little bit sort of boxed in as the sign Virgo because it's like you're so confined. But Virgo really is like also like very free spirited and very open to new ideas. As long as you can put them in the plan or like structure it, like you're really open to that. And it seems like you are really branching out in the month of January, that you're trying new things. You might come from like a new center in yourself and trying something new or whatever, or trying something old from a new place within. And it just causes a little bit of like back and forth in your mind. It causes a little bit of confusion, I feel. And so therefore the foundation for January for you to decide like, and it's interesting. It's almost like, okay, so you tell the universe you just want to feel happy for no reason. You tell the universe, I'm going to be balanced, I'm going to be sorted, I'm going to be happy no matter what. And then the universe goes, okay, how do you know that you're happy and aligned and organized no matter what? Is when you get the opposition of it, right? It's the same thing with like you ask for more money and the next thing you'll have in your mailbox is another bill, right? Why? Because once you start to ask, the things around you will have you ask in a more clear way. Once the bill is here, you're really very clear about exactly how much money you're asking about and when you want to have it. Before it was just, I want more money, you know? If you want to be happy and you want to be clear and you want to be grounded and centered, things around you are going to start to like come in for you to ask for more centeredness, for more happiness, for more. Does that make sense? So it can be like you're just in a really like a lot of a practice mode as well. Like you're testing the waters, you're trying out your own alignment. There's a lot of like almost like experimentation, choosing how you want to feel, like in the month of January. I'm going to leave that there since it's not that much more of January left for the year. But it's good to know that we're started the year this way. Come next month, we have February, which is Come to the Edge, number 36. And Come to the Edge is very much about stepping into the unknown, putting yourself out there. If this is relationship based, this can be like, okay, so if it's friendships or romantic partnerships or really whoever that you're sort of letting in close up and personal, it's one thing to sort of let them in and it's another thing to let them in. Like to just really have them see all sides of Virgo, really live life to the fullest and be really open and vulnerable about who you are and where you're heading. Okay? So it's about like if this is a relationship, it's inspiring you for the month of February to just really try to open up as much as possible, to really show the vulnerable side of you, show everything that you are, Virgo. If this is sort of more like job related situation, if it's more like life just in general, it's asking you to just really step into the unknown, like make unknown your friend. Try to live your life as to the fullest, not because you have the answers already, but because you will find them out on your path. So it's a very, almost like an adventurous journey in the month of February, like to just really try to figure out where you want to go without really having any clear answers. I know it's a, yeah. Okay. Can we clarify Come to the Edge, please? Come to the Edge for Virgo for the month of February, please. February. Wow. A positive new emotional experience, fulfilling romantic relationships and deep lasting spiritual insights. So Ace of Raphael, it's a very high vibrational energy here. Raphael is all about healing, making everything feel whole, sort of coming into the person that you really are, Virgo. I'm not sorry that the sun is coming in here. I love when the sun is coming in, and because I'm living in Sweden and it's so dark. It's so dark in these dark months that, you know, anytime that there's sun is like, so I don't want to, you know, have it be out there. I can easily just shut the blinders, but for my health, I really wanted to be here. So I hope you're okay with that and you can see the images anyway. So this is asking you, not asking you, this is letting you know that, you know, when you put yourself out there, when you really are letting life and people in, there's rewards. So it's not saying like, better watch out, if you open up, you might be trampled all over. No, that is not what's going to happen. You will just be so happy that you're opening up and you're letting in people, you're letting in life. Is going to bring you to a new emotional state. So this is what I'm feeling, like you're just really trying new things with yourself, Virgo, like almost like you're making a decision, like this is what I want to feel now, this is my path, this is what I'm going to do in this or that situation. It's you're emotionally growing a lot. Let me just get one more card there for come to the edge for February, please. Positive new emotional experience. And a fulfilling romantic relationship. So you opening up like that, you're not going to regret it because it's going to deepen the relationships that you're in. Clarify and come to the edge, please. Memories of love. So the only thing that I would say about this is about like sometimes being a little bit nostalgic, getting a little bit caught up in the past of your experiences, like a little bit of like it was better back when. If you can think of past memories where everything was good and happy and beautiful, that is awesome because that's what you're bringing into the present moment. So it's making you a little bit nostalgic. There's something that brings this nostalgia about for the month of February, and the only thing is what to watch out for there a little bit. It's just make sure that you're remembering. I don't want to say correctly because how do we know? It's not an actual thing that actually happened. You have to think it up again. You sort of have to make up again what happened back then to remember it. Isn't that crazy? So if you're going to think about back when, just think about when it was all beautiful because that's what you're bringing into the present moment. Okay? Okay, moving on to the month of March. And the month of March, I got 3 cards. I just feel like there's a lot going on for the month of March. More like a shift, a real shift, because you're so on your path. January and February has just been like so on your path and like really have made Virgo really step into like what is authentic for you? What is it that you really want? And like sticking to it. And that has caused like a big change. It's causing a big change in the month of March. And the month of March is talking about, here's Virgo in their best scenario, like the thinker. The thinker, which is about like 4/4, so it's a big new foundation. You're laying down a new foundation in the month of March. You're coming from a very heartfelt place. And it's also when you get to make plans and make, like structure something up or really go into the sort of nitty gritty of stuff that you just love, that you just adore to do. So this is just all in favor of your like structuring up your life. And we have at the same time balance, like you're looking into, again, I just feel like there's so much work on your emotional body. Like you're just really growing so much, like maturing so much when it comes to your emotional body. Really starting to like understand your emotional system, your guidance system, paying attention to what feels real and what doesn't, what feels authentic to you and what you need to let go of, like really creating that beautiful inner balance. And again, we have this come to the edge. And again, this is basically the same energy. We have a 0 there, which is about coming full circle. And it's like time for the next step. It's time to move on into something new. And I just feel like a lot of movement, and there might actually be a move, moving to something, or like getting it like a vacation home, or if it's not a move, it's something more. It's not just like a weekend trip somewhere. It's more of an extended visit, or it's a longer period. I feel like if it's not an actual move. I get really dizzy as I talk about this. I think that is telling me that it's strong energy around this, and it's telling me that it might be a little bit overwhelming for you. Maybe that's why you want to make all these lists and you really want to think about what your next move is. That it can be a little bit overwhelming to like just structure it up, write it down on a piece of paper. Like put it down on a piece of paper so that you sort of see it, so that you have it in front of your face, so that you're like, okay, this is what's going on, rather than just sort of swirling around in your head and not really making headway. So this is again talking about like trusting in the unknown, that it's okay to throw yourself out there, that like make the unknown your friend. that's also going on in the month of March. Like to just really go full steam ahead, trust in the unknown, make any plans if you can and if you need to just get a lot of like turmoil in your head going on and just put it on the piece of paper. But it's like it's a movement month. It's a perhaps moving month, or at least putting the works in so that you will start to move towards the movement or move, creating a lot of emotional balance there. 14, it's a new, 4 force, it's like a beautiful foundation, and the heart really speaks here. And 14 is a new beginning for the heart. It's an emotional journey here that it's really beautiful. Okay. And then we have April, which is love, 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 love. Dreams coming true. So whatever you're planning, whatever your plans were in the month of March, when April comes around, you're really starting to see true fruition of what you've been planning, what you've been thinking about, what you've been dreaming about, what you have so much practice, that emotional state, that emotional being, the emotional body inside of you, to just stay in alignment and get that balance. In the month of April, there's something significant coming in, manifesting in your life as a result. Can we clarify dreams coming true for the month of April, please? April, dreams coming true. That's so beautiful. It's like you're holding your dreams in the palm of your hand, or in the palms of your hand. It's like it's so big it doesn't fit in just one hand. Dreams coming true. Clarifying that, please. Okay. Can I just say that when we come into April, wow. Okay. When we come into April, at first, so I'm really glad that we got dreams coming true first. Because we have the Tower here, and this Tower card is talking about disruption. And it's 16, so it's sudden shift and sudden changes. And so to not be too alarmed about this, that because you're headed towards what you want, your dreams becoming a reality, manifesting into your life exactly what it is that you want, that some parts of you, and perhaps relationships around you, projects around you, work life around you, friends, like whatever around you, is being affected by this. And I just feel like I'm so happy that you now have a secure and calm and centered emotional body, because it feels like not everyone is joining the party, is what I'm feeling. And not to be alarmed, like I never want to come with like upsetting it's not, it might not even be upsetting to you. You might understand that, no, I understand, like that person needs to go, or this project can't stick around now because of the change, because of what you manifested, or because of where you're going. Because I felt like it took a little moment to get this card out. It might be that, okay, there's a lot of changes and shifts going on in the month of April that causes you, like you need to drop certain things, or you need to sort of end certain relationships, or end certain partnerships, or contracts even, perhaps. And in order for this dream to come true. So it's like a double, so you can either look at it as there's a couple of things that you're inspired to let go or change in order for the dream to come true. And that's why it feels like it took a moment for it to come out. And the other way of looking at it, or both might be true, is that because your dreams are coming true, because you're manifesting things into your life, that's going to be impacting your immediate surrounding. It's going to impact your life in a way that things get a little bit disruptive in the beginning, but you'll sort it out. You'll sort it out, because look at what May brings. So May is all about feeling blessed. May is, this is when you just feel like, oh my sweet Lord, is this what life is supposed to be like? It's supposed to be this easy, what? One thing after the other just sort of comes in. And it's not just like it just comes in. You've done the work. We see what you've been doing in January, February, March, even April. Like, you're really working on yourself. You're putting in the work. You're really starting to get really mature emotionally, so you can handle a lot of things, which brings you to this place where you just constantly, in the month of May, you just feel really, really blessed. That might be that there's a relationship coming in that you just, whether that's a romantic partnership, a true friendship, whatever type of relationship it looks like, can even be a baby or like a fur baby, something that brings such a significant change to your life that just nothing will ever be the same, with the feeling of feeling blessed. Can we please clarify blessed here? If you're just cruising on by in the month of May, 22 is also balance, love, manifesting. So it's not a 33, it's a done deal and that was that. It's like, it's an ongoing, we're seeing, you're manifesting things, and then there's new dreams or visions, and then those are manifesting, and then there's other things and those come into reality. Like, it's an ongoing thing. Can we clarify blessed? So the blessed is you're going to be put down on a new path. That's going to lead you down a new path, a completely new path. I love how they play with the sun there. Like, it's really dark in the old one, and it's really colorful and bright on the new path. 7 of Michael. So Michael, like, there's real actual guidance. You'll feel the guidance. You'll feel the support. It might even be like maybe not the first time, but it feels like you will feel heard by the universe. Like, the universe really has your back and you feel it. Like, you can feel the support. You're asking for things and there it is. Like, understanding that the angels are with you and that you're being guided. And this is you being shown a new path. So in all these blessed things in May, you will feel guided towards a new path. New doors will be opening. Just one more there. Blessed card. Who do we have for excuse me, the month of May for Virgo? Blessed. Well, it flipped but didn't want to come out, so we have, wow. So I'm going to do those. I'm not going to put them on the table, but we have victory and success. Victory and success, another number 6, which is love and harmony. We have partnerships and alliances, making new connections, beautiful new connections, and accelerated emotion with number 8. Powerful, endless possibilities, things just speeding up in a very, very different way for you, Virgo. So I'm going to be happy with that. I hope you are too. And then we have the month of June. And, you know, you're not slowing down. You're not slowing down. The month of June, because of the, I'd say, April and then May. April might be the month that feels a little bit like, well, January is a little bit confusing. And then April is like, oh man, like there's a lot of changes, but it's like for the better. It's really for the better. And then you're just starting to get on a really good path in the month of May. Being shown a new path, you're starting to really feel blessed. And then June, it's like you're not slowing down anytime soon. We have 4 cards 4 cards to describe your situation. The first one out was clean it up, which is about letting go of people, of situations, of thoughts, of patterns, anything that just doesn't serve where you're going right now. And that's going to be, I was going to say painfully, but it's going to be like brutally clear. So sometimes it's like, oh, like that person can't come along, or you know, I felt a couple of times in my life, if I've been with a person, mostly if that's sort of like a romantic partnership, if I've been with a person and I take so much, like I get so invested, I get like so invested, and maybe that's a good thing. Like maybe everyone should get really invested in their relationships, but like, so I live and breathe and really invest myself in that person. And then, you know, there's been a couple of moments in my life where, you know, the first sort of feeling, the first feeling or the first guidance sets in that says, you're not going to stay here. And it's like, oh, please. Like, because it's not, for those relationships anyway, it hasn't been like major conflicts. There's no real, arguments, or you know, but that's also what it was. Like maybe this is a little bit too, you know, random, too not elevating. But when that first sort of indication that you're not supposed to be here, or in a work related situation, if you really have invested so much of yourself into a situation, and then you get the first little hint that you're probably not going to stick around at this job. It's like, oh my God, I've spent so much reading about it, investing in it, maybe like time or money, or, you know, and then you're not supposed to stay there. And so you might try to, that's why I say it's brutally honest. It's like, it's not like, I wonder if I'm supposed to be here. Because when you're this clear, Virgo, as you will become over this year of 2024, you will become very clear on where you're going and what you want, which means that when you're that clear, what is then not in alignment with that clarity is going to be so obvious that it's like, okay, so that thing has to go, but you can still have a reaction to it. It might not be fun, the first thought you have about like, so the first feeling is like, then I need to start over again with another relationship. It's like, whoa. And of course, then you find out that falling in love is quite beautiful, and you know, sharing but the first little, like when you sort of leave a situation. So there's a couple of those quite clear moments where you're going to be, okay, that's got to go. I can't stay in this anymore. I can't be around this anymore. I can't, and it's even like maybe a pattern or a behavior that you have that you just, okay, this has to go. If this is like you smoking, or maybe drinking a little bit too much, or drinking at all, or whatever, it's a behavior that you have. It's like it just doesn't match where you're going. That's going to be clear what you need to let go of. We have the Justice card. We have the Balance card, and it reminds me of, excuse me, you already had that come out in March. And so you continue on this path to just really balance yourself out. Sorry, that's why it's going to be so clear to what you need to let go of, because you're continuing on this path. And to be fair, is also about returning karma, meaning, or dharma, some would say. Like karma is the stuff that we sort of end up in when we send out not too beautiful things, and dharma is like the beauty that comes back around for us. Like this is your dharma coming back. Like in the month of June, you're clearing out what can't stay, but you're also inviting in this new vibrational place what really matches you, and what probably has taken a little bit of time to come in. You're going to see those changes start to happen. You're going to start to really feel at home within yourself. No place like home. Finding a new home, finding where you belong, finding a soul tribe, finding a romantic partnership, finding your, it doesn't mean that you necessarily have to go into all these relationships to feel at home. it's just you're starting to really feel comfortable in your own skin, which is a really beautiful place to be in. And it's the number 50 that sort of, although I heard Bruce Lipton the other day speak about that 50 is no longer the like midlife, 80 is actually the midlife, because we are now having bodies that are able to live until we're about 130 with no problem. And so 80 is the new middle. So let's say for the sake that 50 here is still your midlife, that we come sort of halfway through, but we come full circle here, and like you have so much under your belt, so much under your skin, like there's just so much wisdom to you now, and it's like you're finally are anchoring in and finally settling in where you belong. And then we have Just Breathe, and this is my meditation card. And although it is a meditation card, like it might inspire you a lot this month to just also really stay, because there's so much happening, there's so much change, there's so much shifting going on, and so much that you're bringing into your life, letting go of and bringing in, which means that it's a really good thing to continue to just feel that centeredness and just we have that balance with the no, to be fair, but to really get into meditation or yoga practice or anything that just keeps you leveled out, that keeps Virgo sane. But I also feel like this is like, okay, so this is you really connecting with your inner being. This is like your higher self. Your like, it's a really profound spiritual connection. So probably because you feel so at home, so at peace, the reason for that is not because you found the right house, although the right house is really beautiful. Excuse me. But it's because you have taken the time and you've continued to meditate and you continue to say, feeling the best that I can feel is your goal. It allows for you to really have, for you who haven't really met your inner being or haven't really made a connection with your inner being, this is going to be such a profound, like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. And if you have already made this connection very clearly, that connection is always there, but it like you're aware of it and there's a conscious connection, you will just deepen it even further. So I will not do any clarifiers there. It's quite clear what's going on for the month of June. Okay. Break. Starting over on the second half of the year of 2024. This is me. It's not you. I've been this way for a couple of days now. Well-deserved reward. So July doesn't slow down. July this is what you worked for. I almost want to say this is what you came here for. This is what you came to the planet for. So you've done like a heck of a job in the beginning months of 2024. You're really changing certain things, letting certain things go, letting certain things in, and continue to make that connection with your inner being. And come July, we have well-deserved reward. Like you built yourself up. It might even be that the final puzzle piece, you've been waiting for this sort of final puzzle piece to sort of settle in, or to find it, or to just be aligned with your entire life, with your heart, with your soul. And it just sets in. And this is going to bring about more recognition. And whether you feel like that is recognition, more recognition from the universe, whether that is like you feeling like actually getting a reward for something that you're doing, being recognized somehow, Virgo, for your work, being recognized for your shifts inside of you will start to happen in the month of July. Can we clarify this well-deserved reward, please? There's also something with, what are those called? So north and south and east and west, like those coordinates. the coordinates there, I don't, do you see that really? It's like a circle behind you there. It's very, very bright, so it's almost a little bit tricky to see, but it's a circle around you, and then there's like a line up and a line from side to side. And you're standing in the middle, in the center of that. It's like something with the coordinates of north and south and east and west. It might also be that you have like found your true north. You're found, there's something with the lines there and something with the coordinates. That I'm gonna leave it there, for that's not gonna resonate for maybe just even, maybe just 2 people. And I think you already probably know what that is. Or come July, you'll think of this and like, yeah, it was something with the coordinates there. Okay, can we clarify well-deserved reward, please? Well-deserved reward. Wow. Wow. Love begins. So, yes, on a very physical level, it can mean that you're really are connecting with beautiful, harmonious relationships. That this is actually talking about coming into a love relationship with someone. But it's also like, due to the work that you've done, and this is like you're being in the center, like you really have centered yourself, and you're standing like high up there on the podium on gold, like you're so in alignment. And so I just feel like there's also talking about they're also talking about the love vibration, like reaching a higher level of vibration and really settling in there. Every once in a while, people will sort of visit the love vibration or visit harmony or visit, those higher states of vibration, but they're usually just visits. And then you go back to sort of a more of a random, somewhat complaining, frustrated, maybe not super happy. I may sound a little bit cynical now, but I think it's the fair few that is actually living in the love vibration. So come July, the vibrational state of you is just amazing. And because you're there and you will be stationed there, it's not a visit, it's you're starting to actually get stationed there. It's going to bring about a whole heck of a lot of beautiful things. And we have number 1 and we have number 9, and both 9 is speaking about endings and coming into the new. 9 can also talk about unconditional, like it's the uncondition of things. That's the happy right there. That you feel happy. Oh, why are you so happy? Because I can. Not because of this or this or this. It's just a joyful place to be. And number 1 speaks about brand new beginnings, new start, new energy, starting fresh. I love this month for you. July is just really, really gorgeous. And then come August. August is just asking you to just sort of stay put. Because you have now worked up such a beautiful vibration and such a beautiful emotional state that whatever's coming in right now, it's sort of self-reliant. It's self-fulfilling. In a different way, I would say this is like when you have created, what is that called in English? When you created a situation where money, so you don't have to work for the money's just like you have worked for the money first. Like you worked up something, but next month and next month and next month, residual. Is that what it's called? Residual income. think I hear something. Okay, I'm going to stick with the residual income. And I think I've heard that, residual income. When something comes back around with you actually having to do anything, you had to do a lot for it to be residual, for it to come back around. But now that you have worked it up, it's like it's self-sufficient. And unless you sort of mess with it, Virgo, is going to continue to be self-sufficient. So for the month of August, there's something about like, okay, really have worked something. And if it's not money, it's just a feeling of, okay, oh my God, I haven't, like, if it's a new project or starting up something new or like really working on something in terms of your career or something like that, you won't this is about like, you don't have to invent the wheel twice. If you just sort of take one foot in front of the other and just sort of follow what you have already set out energetically and vibrationally, you can't help but succeed. It just will come in. The project will succeed. The company will sort of make a big like something that you would consider to be a great success, or see like evidence of something that is like, okay, we really worked for this. And you will have the feeling of, if I sort of just let it be right now, and you have the feeling, I don't even have to work that hard anymore. You start to feel it be sort of self-sufficient. It's residual. It's both self-sufficient and residual. And if this is about finding a new partner, about finding new friends to hang out with, to just find like a new set of friends, a new set of relationships, to just continue in the energy that you're already in, because now like things just wants to line up. It's 11s, it's a portal, it's balance, it's stepping through to the new. It's just continue to dream about what you want. Can we clarify this by the book, please? And I also get another thing about this card is that, okay, so if you're meeting other people and it's very much about practicing being non-judgment, practice non-judgment, practice being non-judgmental, so if you're at a workplace with someone that has very different like background, or they come from a different family upbringing or culture or religion or whatever, or this is you meeting someone new, maybe even romantic partnership that you just met in June or July, you just met someone and they have a very different upbringing or something like that we don't judge, that you sort of understand there's a reason why you have attracted this person in the first place. So there's like so much common ground vibrationally, but the physical aspect of it might look very different. Or if it's a friend or if it's a coworker, to just understand that people come from different places, and to really allow that to take place and understand, okay, so I come from this background and that's why I behave in this way, and they come from that background and that's why they have this perspective on this or whatever. So it's a chance to really sort of be non-judgmental and not like just not judge the situation or person, and have them be a treat to your life. Have them bring different perspectives, just come from different vantage points where it really can enhance and enrich your life. Okay? Can we clarify by the book, please, for Virgo? So this is interesting. So there's a card here that I must have pulled earlier, and I'm not sure where. I'm going to try to feel where this belongs. I am drawn there. So in the well-deserved reward, so this is July, well-deserved reward, love begins. We also have patience and planning. Patience and planning, and I feel like it seeps into August. Patience and planning, that you're continuing on this path, moving forward. Things are starting to take care of themselves. Not so much work has to go into every single thing, you know, whether it's work or relationships or whatever. It's just getting easier. So you're phenomenal at planning, Virgo. So just keep planning, and then also you're not so phenomenal at being patient. But try to be like just understanding that things move with the seasons. So there is an element of patience here, and things move with the seasons. And so to just trust in that. That's why it probably comes out in August that like, don't try to invent the wheel twice. We already had the wheel. You don't have to go invent it again. Things will show up. Things will turn out the way you want them to. Clarifying by the book. I'm going to switch the deck. Wow, so that's interesting. So the month of August, and I feel like this is sort of almost like leaning towards, I mean, in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going towards, we're still in summer, but we're going towards fall and winter, like the end of the year. August feels more towards the end of the year than February, right? February feels in the beginning of the year. August, somewhat still in between, but towards the end of the year. And I just feel like there's something here with by the book. Like just follow through. Let things pan out. Let it continue to fall into place. You're really settling in. And there's something you're wrapping up here. It's like closing down a chapter. The World card is all about like closing down something, and you're so happy. Like sometimes the camera doesn't follow my movement, so just pause there for a bit. This is when you're closing down something, or like I said, a project just falls into place, or what you will consider to be success, like that also is wrapping up. It's a cycle here that you're closing down. Is this a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight? There's so much spiritual growth and insight here. Probably the most spiritual year you've had. A very happy ending. So you're happy with this. There's something that you've been wanting, you've been planning towards it, you've been structuring and organizing, being the Virgo that you are, and you're so happy that this has come full circle. So it's not like, oh, I'm so sick and tired of this. Thank God this is over. This is more like, but it's a big project, or you're done with something. You have ended it. It's the end of a cycle. You're closing down the cycle, and you're happy it's done. We can even call it something is being up and running, and it's almost good to take care of itself. So little involvement from your side, and still it's just this beautiful thing just taking care of itself. Interesting. August, interesting. Then September might bring about like going away on a retreat, going away on like a yoga retreat, a sit in silence for 5 days type of thing. I'm sorry. Is definitely inspiring you to go inwards, to continue with the meditation practice. But because we have that this could usually like come out as as a clarifier, or like this is what you need to, like we have just breathe. We have just breathe because of all of this, right? There's a lot of things going on, so we want to make sure that we're centered, you know. But when this comes out as a single card, this is the foundation for the month of September. It's talking about a deeper, like a class, a course, a some sort of even getting away on something, a retreat, something like that. It's really inspiring you to go inwards, continue on that spiritual path, and make it a habit, yes, but make it important that you continue to do these meditations and or yoga practices or whatever that brings that stillness to you. So it can also talk September, because it has been so full on. I'd say all the way from April, almost like April, May, June, July, and then August, it's starting to slow down a little bit. And it's like September is like, okay, breathe. Take a breather. Go back to the drawing board. Like, it's almost like a little mini ending. It's almost like a little mini end of the year in August. And then September, it's like, okay. So that was a lot. Like, you changed your entire existence almost up until August. And now September is like asking you to take it slower and just integrate and yeah, really go inwards. Can we clarify breathe here, please? For the month of September for Virgo. Right. Exactly. A new emotional situation. So it's not like it's over. A little camera. So we have Page of Raphael. This is the month of September. And this is my, like, this is when you're making new plans. It's a new, young, very young energy page. It's a new emotional situation. You're not starting over, but it's definitely a reboot or a, you know, coming into this new place, a newfound place in the month of September. It's building castles in the sand. You're sitting on the magical carpet, but we haven't gotten to the ride just yet. Like, you're not up in the air flying about. This is a time to just really reflect, integrate, go inwards, make new plans if you want to, but like it's more on a dream state. It's not so much like we can put it in the calendar just yet. It's like now what? Now what do I want? What is my next step? What do I dream for myself? So September seems to be like a slower month, a more silent, or maybe not silent, but still, or at least it's inspiring you to be more still, so that you can now sort of conjure up new ideas and new dreams. And like, it's a little bit of like, now what? What do I want? But it's more coming from a still place rather than action. And we're continuing on that path in October. It's a very similar, maybe even more so, because now you're not coming from a month of like craziness, which was August. Maybe not craziness, but like a lot of things going on and like a final win or like whatever. This is when you're still, imagine is about like thinking about what you want, dreaming about what you want, even looking into like, who do you have to become in order to create this next level now? What do you have to do? What are the steps? And basically, who do you have to become? I think that's the biggest one. Who do you have to become in order to move into your next dream or next vision or next... and it's all about making those, if you're into making vision boards, if you're into like writing yourself into a new future, whatever you want to do, paint how your next endeavor looks, do that. It's like I said, going back to the drawing board. It's like, what do I want? And then sort of picture yourself there, dream about it, visualize about it. And we're going to see what we're saying about this. Imagine. Why is that here? It's also 20, so it's a 2.0 version. It's like I said, who do you have to become in order to create this next step? And we have 20, which is the 2.0 version of Virgo. So it's like it's another, we think it's when it's like action and out there and going and producing, you know, that creates the most shift or change, but it isn't. It's when you're still, it's when you're silent, it's when you're going inwards, it's when you really are taking the time to integrate everything that has happened, that the actual upgrade is taking place, right? When you get sick or when you train a muscle, you actually break down the system. And until you become really, really still, when you're in the resting mode, is when you build up the muscle, is when you repair the cell, or when you upgrade or update the cell from being sick. And I'm not comparing everything that has been going on with sickness or breaking down, but I'm comparing it to a lot of action, a lot of movement. And now, in order for you to sort of reach your next level, like you, as an individual, as a personality even, and as a set of cells, like we need to have some still moments. And September and definitely October seems to be like that integrational part is really strong. So imagine you're going to upgrade yourself there. We're going to look at a 2.0 version of Virgo around September, October, maybe the rest of the year. Imagine, why is that here, please? Well, I'm not going to get frustrated that the energy is a little bit behind. Well, the energy is faster, but there you go. Yeah, crown chakra. It's a lot of like connecting with your higher self, connecting with the universe. What are you dreaming about? Opening up those psychic centers. I love how that glows when I play with the sun there. Look at that. So maybe someone will really get into activating their sacral, not sacral, sacred geometry. Like to look into sacred geometry, what we're built on, who we truly are, and activating a lot of beautiful things in your body. I mean, the 2.0 version, it might not be so timid as I thought it was. This might actually be like a real activation, like you might go off on this retreat. You might like really start to set off into a different type of journey there in September. And in October, there's some sort of shift happening vibrationally and like as a setup, as who Virgo is, as a like a foundation. So it might be like you're activating those sacred geometry portals inside of your body. Really looking into that. There's some really interesting things out there to find if you're interested in it. And or just activating, like just be more with your crown chakra, understand that opening and that connection to the universe, your higher self, your deeper self. It's a really beautiful upgraded situation there for Virgo in the month of October. Then come November, going towards the end of the year here, unfinished symphony. So it's a 10, so it's a completion. We're completing things. It's a little bit again like the clean out, but not so much. I feel like the biggest shift, like you will feel the biggest shift in around June when you make like more of a stamp on like it's going to be much more like what you let go of there, because it's like, okay, so if I'm going to try to use a metaphor. So for instance, if you're in a 2-story house and you're on the bottom of the house in June, and the shift that you're making is that you're actually transitioning up to the second floor of the house. And so it's going to be much more like, okay, what I'm going to leave behind is all those furniture down there. I'm going to bring with me what I can carry, but whatever's too, this is a good metaphor, whatever's too heavy, I can't take with me on those stairs up to the second floor. Now in November, you're already up on the second floor, and we're not going to any third. There are no third, although there are obviously, but like there are more floors. But that's not what you're doing. You're integrating. You're becoming more of yourself. So rather looking at it like ascending, it's more like an expanding. And so the expansion, you're still on the same floor. So it's not that many shifts. It's not like leaving people left and right or leaving situations or like, this is more of a, okay, I just have to, this is more like I don't know if I'm doing a good job explaining this, but it's more like an expansion of who you already are than such a shift that we're cutting things out. But it's still like looking at your life and what do you need to finish now in order, like you need to close down this cycle before we sort of end this year, before moving on to the next project, before we take this upgraded version of you into the next thing. What small things in this upgrade doesn't fit anymore? What can you expand a little bit further? It's about tying up loose ends and letting certain things go that has been lingering, that it's just not fitting anymore. It's a completion. It's a completion for sure. Can we clarify unfinished symphony here for Virgo, please? Triumph. Number 7, and I want another one. Please come back. Sorry if that was a big jump there. Maybe that was like a... I just realized there were so many 7s here, and I just felt this profound, like, oh my God, there's a lot of beautiful energy here. And it just went, on my end, it just went black, it just went silent. And maybe that's just a jump. It's just things go dark there for a bit, and then it's just a jump, and we come out on the other end. And I see like in December, we finish with a higher power. And yeah, it's just something there. Interesting. Triumph. But I see all these 7s. I just realized how many 7s we have on the table. You just really looked after that. Your angels are with you. There's like ascending to like a really beautiful higher place for you this year. One more card there, please. For November. Aw. Well, whether it's a spiritual union with your self, because you really are coming into alignment, you really are doing a good job at staying true to yourself, to the relationship that you have with yourself, with spirit. We have just come out of this, which is that connection. But that might actually lead for some of you guys who are looking for love, or who's looking for that true companion that just gets you, that speaks your language, that shares your vision, just on the same page. You don't have to explain yourself too much. It's like to just understand, and vice versa. You really get them. It's just a really beautiful companionship, a spiritual union. And no wonder, like, you have put yourself in such a different place. This is after the upgrade. This is the new Virgo attracting someone. So in the month of November, if you're looking for love, it's a very big chance that you're going to meet someone there. And then we have the Triumph card. So this is just talking about you don't have to worry about like tying up loose ends and closing a cycle down or finishing up projects. This is just sort of small things that you will just let go of because of what you're stepping into. Beautiful. And then the last month of the year, higher power. So, and I love how we end on a good note. And this is just telling, it's just saying Virgo is in connection with the higher power. Virgo is in connection with their soul, with their, deeper knowing. And it's number 4. I also see a key there. So the key is in the spiritual realm. The key is, to continue to make that connection. In the month of December, the key is to continue to have that connection with spirit, with source, with your soul, because that's where all your power lies. And this is also feeling and understanding that connection is there. Sometimes we can wonder if, like, do I really have any guidance? Like, is there anyone there looking out for me? Because sometimes things looks a little bit yuck. And in the month of December, there's no question. For you, it's just, yep, right there. There's the connection. Can we clarify the higher power, please? I just feel like there's such a grand, phenomenal opening towards your spiritual understanding. There's a lot of spiritual growth here. Someone might even do those like ayahuasca journeys, or really blowing your mind, literally, like taking things to a next level. In terms of those like yoga retreats or like whatever. Higher power. What do we have for higher power here, please? It's going to bring about movement, choices, and decisions. You're going to change a whole heck of a lot of things. After this upgrade has taken place in the month of, where was it? In the month, jeez. Okay, so it froze again on my side, and it was 1/7/17. And I can't let that go, because it's 1/7/17. So it's like 1 and 7 and then 1 7. So you might be shown a whole lot of numbers, especially around November, December of this year. You might even start to see it now because it's a clear guidance. 1s and 7. 1 is brand new beginnings, new energy. 7 is the completion of things. 7 is that whatever you worked for is about to enter your life. It's also guidance and protection from your angels. It's the angels are supporting you. The angels are with you. 17 is immortality. You're stepping into the never-endedness of things. Like, you're starting to figure things out. Like, what the heck you're doing here? What are the purpose with all of this? Like, what is the reason? You're stepping into the answers of things. It's really quite profound. This upgrade that is, I was looking for that before it cut out there again, was in October, right? So the shift that you're doing in October has led to this triumph and connections and things in November, and tying up loose ends and all of that, clearing things out. And come December, it's putting you in a situation where you basically change everything. Your spiritual path, your health, your romantic partnerships, finances, creativity, whatever you're doing. You're looking at everything. It might not mean that you're changing everything, but you're certainly looking at everything from this newfound place. What do you want to keep? What do you want to change? What is automatically changing? What is being transformed without you even having to do anything? You've already done it. Because you're so vastly different, the things around you are going to be so vastly different. And one final card. Final one, closing down the reading. Wow. Okay, so December is about finding that final puzzle piece. This is you completely removing yourself. If there's any drama, any conflict, anything that just doesn't fit with Virgos where you're going right now, you're done. You're cutting it out. That's it. That's also a bit about like tying up loose ends and like from November there. But in the month of December, where you're sort of reevaluating everything, you're looking at things very differently. There's a final puzzle piece that's going to fall into place, and you're just going to very much remove yourself from any type of drama, any type of like, you're just not having any of that anymore. You're really looking for a peaceful, harmonious, balanced life. Okay? That's what I have for you, beautiful Virgo. That's the entire year. Please come back and listen to it again and again if you want to maybe look for some guidance. I hope this is helpful. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Take care.